Change has come to America.
Believe me. Help is on the way.
Knock, knock.
The Randi Rhodes Show.
I think it was a mixed night for Donald Trump. His endorsed Senate candidate won the North Carolina primary, but the Idaho governor candidate he backed lost. So did Madison Cawthorn. And Dr. Oz, as you saw, is hanging on for dear life. But I think we should be careful not to read too much into the former president's win-loss record. It's kind of like at this point he's betting on horses. Some win, some lose,
right.
But it has not diluted his power, certainly the power of Trumpism over the Republican Party, as the former president eyes a possible 2024 White House bid. And President Biden, for his part, he's not mincing words, calling out some of those candidates, saying whoever wins in Pennsylvania, for example, will be, quote, too dangerous, too craven, and too extreme.
I mean, listen, at this point, the Trump endorsement, it's no more important or less important than random chance, okay? It's like playing bingo. Just depends on, if the card and the caller, should meet in, Mercury when it's in retrograde or something. I mean, the candidates endorsed by Trump got some wins. They had some losses. And, of course, the highest profile, particular race in Pennsylvania, the one between Dr. Mehmet Oz, who has dual citizenship in the United States, and Turkey, who lives in New Jersey but is running in Pennsylvania. The Trump endorsement was good enough to get him into a tie with David McCormick, who is, also like a hedge fund manager. I mean, more corporate you can't get between these two. More rich guys, more, you can't get more millionaires in the race than in this particular one. I will say that the people who denied elections, this guy, Doug Mastriano, I am so glad he won. Look, it would have been good if, that little liar, Kathy Barnett, who, by the way, last night, I don't know if you saw this or not, you know what she was doing as she was losing badly? She was doing the Macarena. No, I'm not kidding. She was doing the freaking Macarena. Throwback. But okay. So anyway, we would have loved it. I would have loved it if she would have prevailed in the race, okay, in the Republican primary there to be the next governor of Pennsylvania. But honestly, I got to say, we got a crazy one. We got Doug Mastriano. And Doug Mastriano is an election denier. Doug Mastriano literally was a guy who was at January 6th insurrection and sent busloads of disgruntled, heinous people to the Capitol for the January 6th insurrection. I mean, this guy is such an election denier. I mean, he's as crazy as you could get. So did the craziest person win? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could tell you that Barnett was one of those people that when you confronted her with her own tweets, with her own words, when you actually showed her own words, that clearly said pedophilia is the cornerstone of Islam. She actually denied that was her, that she wrote it on her Twitter feed. I mean, so, a liar or an election denier. I mean, listen, it's just the Republicans who won all want very tight restrictions on voting. The Republicans who won would love to take away your right to vote. The Republicans who won would love to take away your right to privacy. They would love to take away a woman's right that she's relied on for 50 years to be private in her own body, to be private in her own medical decisions. They would like to interfere. And so crazy people, are winning, but, Trump's endorsement seems like it's a random chance that, like he just bets. He just, blows on another guy's dice. Luck be a lady. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like so unbelievable. And random chance has the advantage of not picking a sociopathic scam artist, so this is where I get my joy from now. This is, But everybody that they voted for would like to do away with elections, because they're not dumb enough to think that they, can be against free and fair elections, but not have a problem with their election. That's what we had yesterday. We had an election. And really, the mail-in ballots are now okay, which is just bizarre. It's just bizarre. I mean, I was listening to them yesterday, and David McCormick was saying, hey, listen, tomorrow we'll get the mail-in ballots. And so now the mail-in ballots are fine in Pennsylvania.
Now we're gonna win this campaign. We're gonna win this campaign. And tomorrow, right now, we have tens of thousands of mail-in ballots that have not been counted, that are going to need to be counted beginning tomorrow.
No problem.
And so that, unfortunately, we're not going to have resolution tonight, but we can see the path ahead. We can see victory ahead, and it's all because of you. So thank you, Pennsylvania.
I don't know. Now they have no problem with it. They only have a problem with elections they lose, which is why Doug Mastriano, as governor of Pennsylvania, is so freaky and so scary. Because when you realize that the next governor of Pennsylvania could be some random douche who actually believes that the election was stolen from Donald J. Trump, that somehow, somewhere, somebody ferreted away, secreted away 7-8 million ballots that, Joe Biden got more than Donald Trump, that somebody was able to do that somebody, just a person, I don't know, and that the whole election was, illegal and stolen, even though 60 some odd judges said, where's the beef? What are you talking about? You have no evidence. You have no proof. You just keep saying these things, but, this is a court. Show us the evidence. Well, we don't have any. Well, then get the hell out of here, to the point where law licenses were revoked, okay, for creating fraud for the court, like introducing, bringing fraudulent cases to the court. But anyway, now they have no problem with their election last night. But I'm sure if they lose in November, oh, yeah, there'll be a problem. But check this out. If Doug Mastriano would become the governor of Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania has, and they were celebrating this last night on the QT. Okay, the audio was so bad I didn't even bother. But here's what they were celebrating. That they now have in Doug Mastriano's possible hands as governor of Pennsylvania 20 electoral votes. That's what they were celebrating last night. They were actually looking at each other going, 20 electoral votes, baby. 20. Like they already knew they were going to steal or somehow, degrade the authenticity of whatever Pennsylvanians vote for in November. They were already celebrating the results of the 2024 elections with Doug Mastriano as the governor of Pennsylvania. It was very sick and twisted, and it was also really freaking frightening.